We're on time.
Hey guys, you know what they say. They say you can't rush greatness. You gotta kind of let it do what it do, baby. So, welcome. This is the Acts of Life. I am Misunderstood Adrian, and with me today I have. Do you want to go by Brene or do you want to go by writer Brene?
Um, I just be Renee. That's cool. That's
All
cool. I
right,
mean,
y'all.
I'm
By
a
the
writer,
end,
but I just be Renee. It's all right.
look, by the end of the year, she gonna be writer Renee, and it's just gonna be that. That's what we gonna call it. But for today, I got Renee with me, and I am so excited that we are back in the saddle once again for 2022. Now, I know y'all said that last month was like the beginning of the month, but a lot of people do what they think are like those what are they, the New Year resolutions and all that kind of stuff. So I wanted people to go to the gym and say that they wanted to work out and do that thing, and now it should be done because you know you ain't working out for more than 30 days. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. We gonna keep this all the way real, all the way funky. If you don't know anything about the acts of life, this is the acts of life. And how does it work? Every day that you breathe
That's
is
right.
another day for you to do another act in your life. Now, if you want to live a positive life, then you end up racking your life with a bunch of good intentional acts. If you don't really care, you just keep watching TV and you live what they tell you to live on television. So what we have done is we've put together a show that it can be interactive, but yet I want you to be retroactive, not so much reactive, but have the conversation today. That way, when you see it come later on in the day, you don't have to get completely pissed to the point where it throws you all the way off of your way because of the fact that you've actually spent some time with the active life. And now you know. We also have a Facebook page that is coming back to you, and it is called The Active Life. And the hashtag for that is God Got Goons. Why do I say God Got Goons? Because we out here and we gotta figure this thing out. We gotta work this thing out. And it's a fight. I mean, nobody really wants to touch on the fact that it's a fight, but it's a damn fight. And if you don't believe it, that's all right. Just keep watching, keep waiting, and keep seeing. But then you realize when you feel like your back is against the wall, the reason why your back is against the wall is because now it has been called on you to fight to make it right. And that's what we want to do. So for the beginning of the year or the second month of this year, which I call the beginning of the year, because I ain't gonna tell nobody, but we should start with Black History Month because that is just important to me. Okay, we need to reshape history, and let's not
Mhm.
be second, but let's be first. Okay, so
Mhm.
yeah, that's another reason why we started in February, because at the end of the day, what I would like to do, especially in the month of February, is to give everyone an opportunity to learn a little bit more from their history other than what is always given to you. You know,
Mhm.
I remember growing up, and the way I grew up, where I grew up, it was like we had to do a report, but then it seemed like everybody did a report on Martin Luther King,
Come on. Uh-huh.
Malcolm X.
Uh-huh.
They actually threw in Harriet Tubman,
Mhm.
and it was like maybe Sojourner Truth. I
Mm.
just remember seeing her face, and I used to always be like, "Why they got this lady looking like this?" But then, if you read her history and you go back, you understand then why her face always looked the way that it did. I think it was uh, no, not Thurgood Marshall. It was one of the men that always had a frown on it. Frederick Douglass. Frederick
Mhm.
Douglass always had a stern look on his face, but the reason why he always had a stern look on his face was because he wanted people to understand what the struggle really was like. So he wasn't going to fight in the trenches all day and all night and then show up for your picture all
Right.
smiling like everything is great. Because everything is not always great. But what I've realized is that through our history, the one thing we as Black people have done is overcome,
Yes,
and we
right.
push through. And
Mm-hmm.
now it's even more of a reason why we have to push through, because people are telling us all types of different things about us that some of us have never even heard before.
Mm-hmm.
And now you have to question, where is it coming from? Who is this that's giving me this information? Or should I be listening to this information? Or should I turn the channel? So there's a lot of different questions that go on now, especially in parenting. And I'm saying this in parenting because my child is 21 years old. So when it comes down to parenting, I don't have to parent him the way that I need to parent him. But
Mm-hmm.
there are children that are still connected to me that still need parenting. So if you are connected to us in any kind of a way and there's something that is pressing on your heart or pressing on your children's heart, please make sure that you inbox me or inbox Renee or get in contact with us, because you need to have this conversation come. So I, I do believe that a lot of conversations, because they're so used to watching them on television,
Mm-hmm.
that when they come through these kind of platforms, people will then watch them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they might not want to receive the information, but they will watch us. And through watching us and you're being entertained, you're also learning something and you have something to take away from it. I believe that that is what's important. So, Renee, tell us about what you gonna do new in your 22, besides becoming that whole writer that we just talked about.
You know what? Can I dive back? Because I was so thinking, I was so on that what you were saying. I was like, man, what was it? Was watching something on TV and Selma was on TV probably on Martin Luther King Day. Selma was on, and I just
Okay.
wanted to say this, and now I'll go into what you were asking me. But I was looking at that, and I've seen it a couple times, and I was watching it, and I said to my husband, I said, you know what? I was like, there is no excuse for me, you know what I'm saying, for me not to be great, because look at this. I was like, look at everything that has happened and that's happened to us as a people. I was like, there is no way I cannot not be great, because the odds are already stacked up against me. I've got to be more. I have got to do it. You know what I'm saying? For no other reason but to show someone that they can make it too, and that they can continue to transform. So with that being said, I am some of the things that I'm doing new in this year is I've started I've started growing in my business. I've just been doing ghostwriting, and that feels good to say that I've been ghostwriting for other people. And that is a door that has opened up, and I've been working on a book for the past couple of weeks, and that is just, I have my writing time and everything throughout the day. I have how many words I'm writing every day. But I've been doing that. We've been going to the gym. We have a trainer now, so we've been doing that for the past couple weeks. Um, you know, today I went to, but we'll be back at the gym again tomorrow with our trainer, and it's really been good to see the things that my husband wants to do, the things that I want to do, and here's our trainer, and they're like, okay, these are exercises, and just working towards that goal is great. It's That's some of the things that were, yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm not gonna say those are the majority, but those are probably the main stuff. There's always other stuff that are working along with it, but those are the probably the two things that I've been doing for not yet a month, but going towards a month. It's been at least
You working
three
on it.
weeks. It's been at least
I
3
told
weeks.
y'all. I told y'all we don't do it for 34. We don't do that first thing for them 31. I'm telling you, 31 is like, no, wait a minute, hold up. My new year started on the 10th. Don't play with me. Like give me some time because I had to recoup and get my stuff back together. So from the 10th to now,
There
you
you go.
you working on day 27, right? I'm with you.
Hmm.
But I like the fact that you have a plan. And
Yes.
it's not the plan of life, but it's the plan of your physical health that will end up giving you life. And it gives you more life and it helps you enjoy the life that you do have. So a lot of times we get caught up because the first thing we want to do is, oh, I'm gonna be like you, child. Oh yeah, I see the people, they doing great and I'm gonna be with them. Well, can I actually hang with them? Do I have the stamina to hang with them? Like I'll
Hmm.
be with you for a day and a half, but then because my body is not prepared to do that work consistently,
Hmm.
I might work good 2 days for you, but then I'm out for 2 weeks because I have to recoup and get my body right. So that's good to know that what you are doing, plus you have a partner.
Hmm.
Anything that you're going to do, and this is for anyone that's listening, anyone that will listen, anything that you believe that you're going to do, if you have at least one person that believes in what you're saying, there's a
Hmm.
possibility that it can get done. So that way, when you don't feel like doing it, you have your friend or your buddy or your husband or whoever that partner is that's going to call you and say, well, come on, girl, we said we was going to.
That's right. And it keeps you accountable. But then it's like that quote, and I've been listen. I listened to it yesterday with Denzel, where he said, without goals, it's gonna mess with me. You know what I'm saying? Goals without I forget, but I'm missing my point. But if you don't have the goals and you don't put legs on it, then you're going to miss it. It's so important that if you say, okay, I'm going to do this, then do the steps to do that and follow up with it, follow through with it. Sometimes we always say, like, okay, I'm going to do this. Well, sometimes me starting to go to the gym, it wasn't easy. I had to push myself sometimes to get out of bed because I knew early in the morning was what was going to work. I knew I was like, well, if I go before work, that's what's going to work because if I go after work, I'm going to be too tired because I've been at work all day. So I had to push myself to get up at 5. And I was like, and say bye to my bed and come home and get ready for work immediately and do my best at work. And now I have to get up at 4 because we broadcast early in the morning. So I have to be up early, you know what I'm saying, on the days that I'm going to the gym. So it's not easy. But I want to be better. I'm happy with myself right now, but I want to be at my highest level, and I don't want to take this gut and this weight into my birthday. I'm gonna be 37, you guys, this year. I don't want to take that in to another year. I
When is
want
the
it to be
birthday?
done, or at least
When is
majority of
the
it be
birthday?
done.
When is the birthday?
Is in June. Is June
Okay.
23rd. So I've got some
All right.
months.
So we got some time. Listen, but like you were saying about the Denzel thing, if you
Yes.
set a month, you have to also have a plan on how you're going to get there. So it's one thing to say that you want to do something. It's another thing to know how are you going to do it. So really what Renee is saying is, okay, so we're here. We're going to watch you lose your weight. I have sat and I have watched people say that they're going to do this, they're going to the gym, they're doing that. And then what happens is you can see the people's results. A lot of people only work because you can see results, which means that if it ain't happening the next day, like you went to the gym for 2 days and they don't see no results, now you don't want to come back. Well, newsflash, whatever you did and however large your waist is or your butt is or whatever, trust me, it didn't grow in a day. So you shouldn't expect to lose it in a day either.
That's right.
But you got to make the mindset, you got to make the goal. And there's something that you're doing in this. It's called sacrifice. Now, in life, a lot of people don't like the word sacrifice because it just means that you're giving up something. But I've realized that through life, you don't really win at something or with something until you lose everything damn near to figure it out. That's when it's also, to me, I'm speaking from personal experience. I'm the type person, I need to put the work in. If you give it to me, I appreciate you for giving it to me. However, you didn't help me learn what it was that I needed to learn in order to continue to do it for myself. Because I don't need you around me to think that you're supposed to always be around me in order for me to be okay. That's just me. So I'm learning that in my new M22. Like, everybody that is saying that they are helping you is not always helping you. They might be helping themselves to you because of the things that they're doing for you. However, when you go in to actually do the self-check, that's when you have to ask those questions. So we will watch Renee as she gets tightened up for her July. You said July 21st?
June 23rd.
June 23rd. So 2 days after summer. Look, y'all, 2 days after summer. Because I only know that because my brother's birthday is July 21st, June
Nice.
21st. And he is the summer baby. So I know that that's the first day of summer. So you're 2 days after summer. So you will be wearing your bikini. I see it already. Even though you can wear your bikini now in all your bigness, because the world has said that it don't matter what you look like. If you like it, we love it. Now, in some places, that's a lie. Look, in some places, that's a lie. But in the world that we live in, they telling you that it's all right. So go on and be you and be free to be you. But know that you have the right to be new in 22. The Acts of Life is all about the fact that what we're going to do is we're going to live our best lives the best way that we know how.
That's right.
Every day, and keep showing up. The point to me, I believe, is show up. Like I said, there are characters that we are going to explain and talk about when it comes down to the acts of life. I put names on people so that we wouldn't have to talk about me or Renee or Tanya or your friend, because we know we got friends. But each person, each character in the acts of life will be able to actually help you through that day of what you're going through. Now, I have a kid that's actually, I'm really, really trying to get him on. But sometimes, I guess I'm not cool enough. A lot of people look at followers and likes and all that kind of stuff. I keep trying to tell people, don't look at my likes, look at my blinks. I'm a person. I like to touch you. I like to see you. I want to live where you are for that moment. So I'm kind of getting ready for the metaverse because I don't know how or whatever, but my program is gonna come up out the screen. That's who I am. I want to be in the room with you while we talking so we can have real conversations. So, because I walk away from the computer and forget that I'm even talking on it or whatever. And then I don't even have any of my rest of the conversation because I'm dealing with you and your text, and I never came back to the text. I'm waiting on you to call me or something. So if I can get the teenager on here to kind of bring what's going on in that virtual slash real world that they now live in, that they now have to go to school in, that they now are, it is becoming their new normal. How many times did you hear people when the pandemic first hit? Everybody wanted to go back to normal. Oh, I can't wait till things get back to normal. Oh, I can't wait till things get back to normal. And I used to be trying to figure out, first and foremost, there was nothing great in that normal that you call normal that was great that we need to get back to. But I ain't the one to talk. Look, I ain't the one to talk, but I believe that it was stopped for a reason. Not for us to go back to, but to actually regain who we are, what we're doing, why we're doing it, and then what are we going to do for the next. So that's why today it was really about what's new in 22. Because if you don't have anything new, that means you live in last year. You're still living in old. And if you didn't have anything going for yourself in last year, now's the time to start thinking about what can I do new in my 22. It's important for all of us to at least want to be new in 22. Now, I ain't saying like brand new to the point where I want you to start over, because if you started this thing like 2 years ago and you've been working your way to a place where you are comfortable with sitting and writing, like I heard you say something about ghostwriting. Ghostwriting is everything. Everyone wants to be a writer, but don't nobody really know how to do the writing. Or if you do know how to do the writing, who's to say that you're writing it correctly? Because there is a way to write. There is a way to write. I know that we live in this world where it's like willy nilly, like you can come the way you want to come in a lot of aspects, but not in writing. When you put it in front of me, like I remember I was a school teacher for a long time, and it was like what 2007, I remember, and I had my kids writing in literacy class, and I realized that my kids were writing like in text terms. Now, for a person that is not tech savvy, I don't even know what that means. But ARD was all right. And I'm like, huh? So ARD meant all right. And I was trying to figure out, where does ARD fit in with all right? It didn't. It doesn't, and it won't in no one's world. But ARD is all right. So I had all the kids step outside in the hallway. And I told them to hand me the paper, like inside. And at first they didn't understand it, but what I was trying to explain to them was, as cute as you are, as much love that I have for you, when you write a document, it leaves your possession. So therefore, you are no longer a piece of your writing. Now, the only thing that you have is your writing. So now I don't know you. I don't know your personality. I don't know that your mom was on drugs. I don't know anything about the life that you lived, but I'm looking at this piece of writing that is now you. ARD. All right. It was unacceptable. You is 3 letters in the word you. YOU. They've gone to the actual letter U, and they were writing like this. And to me, that was scary. That was in 2007. I can only imagine what it looks like today.
Miss Adrian,
I don't know. You're the writer.
I tell you what.
Do you see it like that?
And I thank God I have not, but I can say that when I was in college, my professors had it in the syllabus that you handed out. They said, okay, in your papers, there will be no text lingo in your papers. Okay, write out the full word. I remember seeing it at least in a couple classes. And
Well, thank
that
God.
was, I've been out of college for 10 years. Well, 12 years now this year. So it's sad that it ever had to say that. And me personally, if I'm texting somebody, especially if I'm texting my husband or somebody, and I'll literally say, sometimes I'll say just the you or where are you or whatever. But when you are talking business, I don't have a problem when I'm talking with my friends and with my family. That's one thing. But when I'm going to my job or I'm talking to business, that other lingo has to go. Okay? To me, it has to. Because I can always still continue to be nice and to have manners, but you don't have to be like, oh, blah 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 this, blah 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 that, and assume things about somebody that you don't know. I don't make any assumptions on the people that I know because I know them. But if you're talking business, then talk business and have all of your T's crossed and all your I's dotted and roll with that. Instead of trying to be, to me, a little bit extra. And everything has a time and a place for me. So I'm not gonna go, to a bank or whatever and say, hey, yo, I need some money, blah, 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 blah. Trying to do this. You're not gonna get any money because you don't know how to talk to them. Talk to them
Oh.
and be pleasant and be decent and be like, okay, this is what I'm trying to do. I have this to back it up. I got a business plan. I've got investors. I just need X amount of money from you. I'm just throwing out an example, but you know, but I'll cut up at church and stuff. There was one time they said at church, they're like, well, we need someone to do the announcement for coming around and getting your food. And I was at church and I said, yo, but it was my church. And they were my people at my church. And I was like, yo, I said, we have an announcement. I need you to blah, 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 do this. And I said, thank you. Thank you very much. That's your public service announcement. And that's exactly what I said. And everybody received it. But that was fine because that was that context. I was at my church. They know my ridiculousness. That works. I'm
Well,
just saying.
amen.
I'm
Look,
just saying.
amen to
I'm gonna
being
be me, but
comfortable.
you don't have to. And some people might say, well, that's not being yourself. But you let your yes mean yes and your no be no. So spell it out when you're talking business. If you want to be taken seriously, then take it seriously and do it the right way. Because when I
And
get
I
my
believe
million
that's
dollar
my
book
problem.
deal and stuff, I'm not going to be talking like this. I want to be, okay, well, what does this look like? I need to do this. How is this going to cost? What is this going to look like? I need to know schematics. Because we're talking about money. And when we talking about money, everything need to be handled correctly. I'm just saying, give me the cheese,
That's
yo.
that's the way to do it. Look, that's the way to do it. And I really believe that this year, if we don't do anything else but focus on our communication, that's important. Because Renee just said a whole lot.
I did
And the
say.
fact that if you aren't where she is in the point of even going to the bank to ask someone for money to help you begin your career or get you out of a financial bind or whatever the case, if you can't formulate that word, if you can't put it into a sentence that makes someone else look like or sound like you know what you're talking about, no one's going to be able to help you. No one's going to be able to take you to the next step, to that next level. So your writing becomes important. And like I was telling the kids, you can have the greatest personality in the world, but if you ain't following your damn paper, it means nothing. I'm just seeing the paper. And I'm looking at this paper like this paper's a bunch of trash. So you wrote on it like it was trash and it gets thrown in the trash. So when you call to find out about what happened to your paper, I'm thinking, paper? I didn't even receive a paper. You'd have to call me to verify the trash that you sent me. And if you following your trash, you should be a trash man. I just, I think that's the only way that trash really is beneficial. If you are the trash man, that's your job, you know. But I don't want to hold you long, but I'm glad that we did get our first official back on it. Because what we're going to do is we're doing Tuesday. We're going to do what? Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. You like
Yeah.
that? Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. So that means
Mhm.
we'll be back tomorrow, y'all. That means we'll be back tomorrow. So what I need from you is you need to inbox me. I think the best way to get in contact with me would be to actually email me. And if you email me at godgotgoons.com, that's GODGOTGOONS, excuse me, at gmail.com, because it's an email. Godgotgoons at gmail.com. You can ask questions or things that are really, really, really dealing in your life. Because, like I said, what I want to do is I want this to be the free platform where you actually don't have to go through it by yourself anymore. They call me misunderstood, and I think that it's misunderstood for those that understand. If you understand that you can come to me about anything, about any problem, and we can work it out, because process is important. If you understand what's going on, then you can understand the whys of why they're going on. Then you know the reaction. And like I said, so we'll be more retroactive than reactive. So we'll be stopping the situations before they come. Today, we've heard a lot from Renee, from making the plan, setting the plan, and then figuring out what you're going to do to get to the destination of your plan, to taking little steps, reasonable steps, but make them make sense to you so that you can articulate them to the person that you need to go ask for help. Or if you're going into a new business venture and you're looking for people to join with you, or you're looking for a partner, you know how to put what it is that you need out there. So it won't be like the person to say, oh, she needs a partner, but she doesn't have anything together. Like she needs me to come in and take the whole thing. That's not the partner that you're looking for, because that's saying something else. So the new you in 22, Renee, tell them how that they can get in contact with you, or give them the email for you so that if they feel more comfortable getting this message to you, whatever y'all need to do, just make sure that y'all go through and get it through. That way we can bring it to the platform, and then that way no one's voice is not being heard. So go ahead, Renee. Tell them who you are, how they can get in contact with you.
All right. My name is Renee Linsom. That is me. If you look for me on Facebook, I'm Renee God's Girl, last name Linsom. So you can feel free to email me. It is it's called Into the Sunshine. Hold on. Let me see. Into the Sunshine from the Rain at Gmail. So Intothe, sunshine, and there's FRM, the rain, what I'm saying, at gmail.com. So, yeah.
FRM, not FROM, but from
Just
FRM.
FRM. Yeah,
From.
FRM. The rain, THERAIN at gmail.com. That's how you can email me. Hit me up. I always have my phone or something nearby. So feel free.
Well, I
Email
appreciate you and I thank you. And tomorrow, hopefully, we will have Sister Tanya with us as well. Um, And for those of you who are interested in maybe even sitting in being a part of the panel, the more the merrier, I would say. But know that we might be coming straight at you. We might be coming straight at you. I'm asked those questions. And if you can't answer those questions, then maybe you don't want to be on this side of the platform. You don't want to be on this side of the camera. You might want to be on the other side where you just in the comments or whatever. So I want to say thank you. Thank you to Renee. Thank
Thank
you for
you.
listening. Thanks for watching. And we will see you tomorrow.